Alright, so what's going on, guys? Chris here with a short little video, and today is pretty much just what's been going on with the car. I hope you enjoyed the little video I did of the startup of the 5.4. That was the last post. I told you so this past Saturday, hopefully, well, this past week, which led to this past Saturday, I got a couple parts installed. I didn't get a chance to kind of film the install. A lot of it took longer because we ran into some problems, which I'll explain. But this is kind of touch basing on the video I posted a couple days ago called the building the perfect Coyote swap. And I believe building the perfect Coyote swap, my opinion based, you don't have to follow my opinion, but my parts list is, I think you start a suspension, whether you want to start like with it's all a drag build car or a street weekend drag car, or if it's just basically a street driven car like mine is right now, which is a daily driver. But as you know, a couple months ago, Mike went ahead and installed the Viking double adjustable coilovers that I got from Auto Mafia Racing. Shout out to them for the good price and fast shipping on that. So for the fronts, I have the Viking coilovers still. I replaced the blown out strange adjustable struts and shocks with the Viking in the rear, and then the Coney yellows, the adjustable Coney yellows in the front. You can see there's just the little yellow paint. And the reason that I didn't do kind of like pretty much tell you how to like do all the stuff, filming and stuff like that, because I did a lot of like working on the car and my hands were filthy, so I didn't want to be touching the camera and stuff. And I know some people are gonna be like, well, why didn't you wear gloves? I did have gloves on at some point, but they kept ripping, so I didn't want to just stop and then get the camera all dirty. So I figured I would just kind of give you guys a little breakdown of the parts. We went ahead and replaced the BMR control arms as well. BMR is a great company. I have the rear and upper and lower rears for them, but the problem that we ran into was with the tubular control arms for the front that I went ahead and matched up with the Team Z K member. So I have Team Z front control arms as well, so I finally matched them up with the right K member instead of going UPR, BMR, Team Z, when I should have just went Team Z at the point. But at that time, the better price was for the UPR. But you live, learn, you know, so what. But so the bolt connected, so how the control arm sits like this, the bolt going this way, if you don't grease, so you have to grease these bushings a lot periodically. I didn't know that, but I do the rears periodically, but I didn't think about doing the fronts that much. I did grease them, but I had been gone for military training, boot camp, and basic and AIT, I mean. And so the car just kind of sat, so the greasing kind of, I guess, went out, and the sleeve, the bolt was just in the sleeve, and the bolt wasn't coming out, so the sleeve was just turning pretty much just inside the control arm and kind of just like slipping out, but the bolt would not come out. So Mike had to end up cutting, pretty much like surgically removing the control arm. So he cut up in that part where we could slide the sleeve out and get the bolt out. So rest in peace to the BMR control arms. So they're no good. I don't know if anyone wants one control arm for free. I was gonna sell them pretty cheap, you know, like 50 bucks or something like that, but yeah, there's no point. So I'm on full coilovers all the way around. The most annoying thing about putting this install was, after putting the Coney up and have the coilover, stuff like that, was adjusting the ride height. But we're gonna fix that issue. As you can tell, a lot of the grease marks from the other day, I haven't had a chance to really clean it. Plus, it's really been a lot of pollen here, so. But anyways, it kind of looks like a little 4x4 stance. It's really not. It's lowered. It's not the factory 4x4 like that. That's the god-awful 4x4. These cars come with the off-road package from the factory. So the plan is to get a taller tire. I'm going to run a Nitto up front, the NT 555s, and then the rear as well. But you guys already know that if you've seen the videos, the recent ones. But this helps out a lot better because it looks better, because the car isn't up in the rear and slammed in the front and dragging everywhere. So my plan is to replace this front bumper, and I'm probably going to do the Magic Drift chin spoiler again, but this time it's going to be at a perfect ride height with the tires, where it's going to close that gap and it's not going to drag everywhere. but I really want to do the custom Carter's front chin splitter. It looks really good, so I think it would definitely match up with the rear diffuser. And my plan is to get that maybe before Mustang Week, hopefully. The next install, though, is replacing this radiator. There's nothing wrong with it, knock on wood, but this is just a stock 4.6 Napa radiator, and this is the factory 4.6 fan that was originally in the car. So when doing a Coyote swap, you can run that. This is a Coyote upper radiator, and then Power by the Hour sells a little adapter, allows you to run the hoses. So I had to cut one hose right here and then one hose down there you really can't see, but Power by the Hour has the kit for that. So I'm putting the LMR SVE aluminum radiator. It's a little bigger, thicker, so it's gonna probably flow a lot better and keep the car a little cooler. Not that it really matters, but it was on sale when I saw it, so I was like, why the hell not, and get it. Other than that, probably the rear diffuser, and then put the new firewall adjuster in as well. Future plans that I'm riding coasting on, I guess, right now. So soon I'll be moving into a house, have my own garage and stuff like that. It's not a huge garage, but a plan is to get a daily vehicle, keep this parked, so that way I can save money more instead of driving this so much, because this, I hate putting miles in this. So that's the plan, and then I want a T56 swap this before Mustang Week. So hopefully the plan works out. Clutch wise, I'll probably end up replacing the clutch as well, and then I will get the Stifler's tubular transmission mount as well, which is like $100. Clutch wise, I don't know what I'm going to go with. I would really like to get a Mantic, but they are really expensive. So it might be McLeod. It could be Spec. I don't know yet. Mike has I think a Spec in his. It's really good clutch so far. His plans is to get the car tuned pretty soon. So whenever he does, I'll be there and take video of it so you guys can see. The car has really, come a long way. It looks ugly on the outside, but pull up on it, and you're gonna might get gapped. It's putting down a lot of power for what it is, guesstimating. But the 5.4 with that Boston tank and stuff like that, it's pretty badass. So I picked the car up yesterday, the alignment shop. It took them like 2 hours to just align this. I don't know why. The caster camber plates are the Maximum Motorsports, and they're the easiest to align with. And then it has the competition bump steer kit from Moroso. But it took them a while to that, but I was like, hey, just throwing an oil change in there anyway, since it's taking y'all so long. So like one person was aligning the car while doing an oil change, so I don't know. But that's really it. And I think maybe the last thing, because my X pipe has dragged everywhere, being this low, I might go ahead and replace it with the BBK X pipe that has the high flow cats to kind of quiet the car down a little bit. Having a loud car, I don't really care. America, whatever. But I think it would kind of quiet the car down a little bit. And I don't know what new neighbors, how they're going to be with it. So that's the plan. Just a suggestion to myself. I don't know. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this video. I'm glad that if you were following the build, and I hope my opinions and suggestions with this Coyote swap at building one is helping you guys. I've seen some of you comment in the new videos in the comment section below saying it is, and I hope to continue to post more videos that will help you guys, because the Coyote swap has been out for quite some time now, almost 8 years. People have been doing this, and there's just more easier routes. It's more affordable with different companies coming out with different parts. And this is my setup. You can follow my setup. You don't have to. You can take my advice. You don't have to. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching this video. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe for future content, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Have a great one.